Good day, everyone. Welcome to this session, and I think that it is important for us to know how to develop effective study habits. I also studied through distance learning, and I know how challenging it is to study while you are working, while you have different responsibilities. And I know to be successful in our studies require effective study habits. So effective study habits include proper time management, self-discipline, concentration, memorization, organization, and a lot of effort. Effective studying and effective learning always tolerate a certain amount of frustration. However, the anxiety and mistakes that we are making during our studies help us to learn much better and to remember what we are learning. Effective studying always requires a certain amount of openness. All of us grow up with specific ideas, and all the people in our lives influence the way we think and what we know. To study means we need to be open for new knowledge and new ideas, and very important to discover new ways of doing things. Therefore, requires effective learning a certain amount of openness, a modification of what we believe and what we already know. Effective learning requires skills and strategies that can be learned. Therefore, no one method of learning is there for everyone, and it is important to remember that everyone discover his or her own way of learning. All of us have specific preference of how we learn, and this is a first step in developing effective learning habits. There are different learning styles, but I decided to focus only on the visual learning and also the audio learning styles. Let's first look at the visual learning style. And you will see on this picture there are a lot of words, there are arrows, there are pictures. So this is when your preference learning style is by using things that you can see, visual what you are studying, and here you can use different colors and notes. All of us have a preference sense such as touching, listening, looking, and that contribute towards the way we are studying. Now you can ask for yourself the question, when you send people WhatsApp messages, do you like to do it via typing or do you like to do it via voicemail? If you like to do it via typing or include some pictures, it means that your preference learning style might be visual learning. And the different learning styles are therefore also based on our senses. So if you like to send pictures instead of typing out words, the possibility is there that most probably your learning style will be visual learning. The next learning style is the auditorial learning style. And audio learning requires to listen to information. You will record sometimes when your children come home from school and they don't want to listen, they don't want to study, they still pass the exams. And you ask yourself, how on earth do they manage to do so? Most of the time it's because they tend to learn by hearing what the teacher told them in class, and that they try to remember. And you can also reflect on the example that I mentioned in the previous slide, that if you rather send voice notes, it means that there's a possibility that your preference learning styles to listen. So how do we listen? You can listen to recordings, you can listen to YouTube videos on your subject, you can even ask someone to read your textbook and play it back. And you can also read aloud because then you also listen, or you can talk to other students. That can also assist you in learning by hearing the information. It is always good to have a hands-on approach, to be a hands-on student. What does that mean? It means that you must make study part of your daily routine so that you feel from that time to that time is time for me to study. I set it aside. And to make sure that you still contain a balanced lifestyle, meaning that you must understand that to be successful in life means that you must spend enough time on your family, on your physical development and health, on your studies, and also on other responsibilities such as your work. It is important while you're studying to take regular breaks and make the best from that breaks. Drink enough water that force you to stand up from time to time and walk around. Plan properly for the semester. Don't wait until a week or so before you need to submit or before your exam, and then you try to put everything on paper and try to remember it. Write down, make notes, reflect on that notes on a regular basis, watch videos, and try to memorize things that you can repeat and review while you're doing your physical exercises. It is also good to have a place or an area to study and let the people in your household know about your place of study and respect that. Make sure you have all your pens, papers, books, whatever you need available at your study place so that you don't waste time looking for it. It is recommended that you do not use your bed that is too comfortable and you might easily fall asleep. Try to limit interruption such as phone calls, messages, etc. It is important that you maybe put away your cell phone so that you don't hear when a message is coming in or when someone like to call you and you need to answer that. That take away your concentration as well. It is always challenging if you study while you have a family or while you have children, small children. But it is important that you can use your children to help you so that by holding, for example, study cards which you can read. Talk to them about what you are studying. Ask for cooperation. Award them. And if they respect your study time, by taking them for a walk or go and play some with a ball or just take them for a hamburger or whatever. Attend to your child's needs first by spending quality time with them before you just focus on your study. Try to keep a routine with your children so that they know from that time and to that time you play with them, the time is theirs, and from this time to that time you are going to study. And it is always good if you have a schedule to stick to the schedule and make sure everyone understands the schedule. And then there's also the fact that you can reward if they keep to the schedule, or you can even get community activities such as daycare services where you can take your child for a time when you want to study, or you can even invite a playmate for your child to play with so that you can focus on your studies. Then I just quickly want to reflect on how to study. And I think the majority of you already know this, but it is just a reflection. First of all, preview your chapter. Look at the headings and the subheadings, and then convert the headings and the subheadings into a question. The question will stimulate the brain to be curious on what will be found in the chapter, and it will forces you to think what you are reading. Scan the paragraph and try to find the answer on the question. And then read with concentration and underline the main concepts in the paragraph. Look at pictures and make sure you understand the picture. Read a section at a time, put down the book and ask yourself what you just read and did you understand what you just read? Could you answer the question that you asked in the beginning? And try to explain what you just read to someone else, or maybe to yourself. Mark your text with different highlighters or pens, whatever you feel comfortable with. If you don't like to write in your textbook with a pen or a highlighter, then you can still use a pencil. It is good advice to read and to make your own notes on what you remember. You can even draw a mind map and you can even write words down or you can draw pictures. Whatever you feel can help you to remember is best. But don't just read and think you will remember. Note taking is very, very important. A very important thing also is that always do a review after you're completing the chapter. It is recommended to join a study group or get a study buddy, someone that you feel familiar with, someone that you can trust, someone that can share his or her notes with you. I know that my child also, when she study for exam, they work out exam papers and then the two of them share the old exam papers after they work it out to see if they arrive at the same answers, and that assists them also in their studies. It helps you to combine the efforts of different minds and also explore how other people study. Also, sharing notes and information help you to make sure you understand the information as the other person understood it. Otherwise, ask for help from your lecturer. And in summary, study increase your value in the organization. It broadens your mind and help you to think differently. It is more than obtain just a qualification. It is you invest in yourself for your future and you invest in yourself so that you feel more comfortable and also set a good example to your children. In conclusion, we must remember that all of us have two voices in our minds. The one voice always said you negatively about what you're doing, and the other one is also positive. What is interesting is that the negative mind tells you cannot do it, it's too much work, you will never reach the end of it, it is too long, you can't do it. The negative mind let you feel guilty. The positive one say you can do it. Millions of people did it before you, millions of people will do it after you. You will be able to do it. You will be able to learn much more than you can think of. You will make the difference once you have your qualification. It is so important that once you get the negative voice to be prominent, tell the negative voice and say, hey, keep quiet. I want to listen to the positive voice. This will help you carry you through your exams, carry you through your studies, and let you look at the end result where you can walk in that gown to receive your degree. And that is a fantastic feeling to work towards something, but not to obtain the qualification, but to end up being a much better informed person who can make a difference in our society. Thank you. Bye-bye.